All the snow causing all sorts of trouble all across western Michigan. Our own Rick Alvin's watching the northern part of the viewing area, but the real trouble spot seems to be to the south, all along the I-94 corridor, and that's where our own Megan Stemble is right now with what it's like there. Megan?
Yeah, some major headaches this morning on this stretch behind me of I-94. It's a really light, fluffy snow, so it kind of takes people by surprise that it is giving as much trouble as it is out on the road. This stretch behind me had to deal with several jackknife pickup or semi-trucks rather just a while ago. Those, as you can see, are clear now. But if you are still headed either east or west on 94 through the Galesburg area or by the Sprinkle Road exit in Kalamazoo, you're going to want to avoid those areas. Police still working accidents. Taking a look at some video that we got a little bit earlier today, quite a few slide-offs, 131 north and south this morning. This one you're looking at happened on 131 at D Avenue in Kalamazoo County. Now that was shortly before 11. State police saying that the major culprit for drivers is ice. The wind blowing in from the west sent this fluffy snow kind of flying around the roadway in just a way that it would camouflage some really slick spots out there. A spokesperson here at the Paw Post said that the new guard cables in the median right here on I-94 have actually posed to be quite a challenge. Every slide-off, he told me, has to be worked as a crash now because there is property damage, and he said that was causing a lot of the traffic tie-offs where they used to just be able to mark with a road flare, a slide-off, and move on. They're having to tie up those areas where people are sliding off. Meanwhile, MDOT and its fleet of 100 salt and plow trucks have been fighting to stay ahead of this one, and the spokesperson whom I talked to just a little bit earlier said it has been a challenge. They're doing some limited salting, a lot of plowing to try to keep the roads clear. If you're headed out at all today, just be ready for anything. You're going to be driving along, it's going to seem like the road's clear as a bell, dry as a bone, and that's when it's really going to take you by surprise. So drive slow, leave yourself just a little bit of extra time, and certainly give your fellow drivers a little extra space. Reporting live in Kalamazoo County, I'm Megan Stemble, 24-Hour News 8.
Van Buren, Kalamazoo County, where Megan is getting the brunt of this storm, but it's also really causing a lot of trouble up in the northern part of the viewing area, and Rick's been watching travel situations for that as well.
Yeah, actually it started when I was driving in this morning, and it was plenty slick out there. But first, let's talk about traveling from the Gerald R. Ford International Airport. I want to come over here. As you take a look at the airport, as we look over here on the computer, and I think you'll be able to see this full screen, here is a list of departures, and anything you see in red has been changed in the past little while. You can see it there full screen, and as you go through the day, you're going to see that there's a flight to Milwaukee and a couple of flights to Chicago that have actually been canceled. But as we look around West Michigan, air travel is pretty good. Taking a look at downtown Grand Rapids, you can see the snow is still coming down. The S-curve, traffic moving along well. Remember, they have all of that liquid solvent that they can put out there that is helpful. Over here, if you look right here, Steve, at 131 and Hall, things are moving along pretty well. But it's up here. It's up here in Kalamazoo where we've had some real problems. We've been telling you places to avoid. We can tell you that there earlier today, there were some real problems in the Kalamazoo area. And got some video here from some of those crashes down there. And we also see that there have been tie-ups from different points in time on 94, some on 96 and 131. What we do know, I talked with Matt Kirkwood just a little bit earlier, is that as the day goes along, we're going to continue to have pretty steady snow. But what that means is by the time you get to the commute tonight, you're still going to have slick conditions out there. And Brett, here's one thing we know. We drive in this, we've done it for years, but people forget from time to time how difficult it can be, how slick it can get. And while I sometimes wonder about those big flashing signs, there was a message today with those MDOT flashing signs that says, when snow falls, so should your speed. That's not bad advice.
No, not at all, especially since we've seen so many wrecks out there today. I mean, just take your time, back it down if you get a chance.